All right, so I'm not going to use this. It makes me uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I'm not going to use the microphone.
Yeah, that's right.
First thing, Zil, play me something real quick, because I gotta hear that. Now play me something good. Play me something, what's the word, ratchet? Play me something.
It's only one way I know how to get this kind of shit.
That video can never come out. You gotta put that in a vault somewhere. First and foremost, my name is Jahan Jones. I'm the proud president of the African American Men of Arizona State University. Swag. I've been given the distinct pleasure by my brother Dominic Flag. Where is he? All right, he's not in here right now. There he is. Right there. Hey. I've been given the distinct pleasure this evening to speak for and in honor of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which is an honor. I'm so thankful for that, brother, because Martin Luther King Jr. spoke for and in honor of me. He dreamt of me without having ever met me, and so I can only offer my words and hope that they serve as a scintilla of the repayment he is owed for that priceless transaction he made. Because Brother Martin, he offered his life to ensure that you and I may experience even a modicum of respect, even a modicum of equality, even a modicum of freedom. And so I'm not a poet. I just want to talk to you for a minute. Can I do that?
Do that.
All right, so when we think about Martin Luther King Jr., it's important that we don't deify him to the extent that we completely undermine his humanism. And what I mean by that is this. Martin Luther King Jr. was not a god. He had no aspirations of becoming a god. He was a man who walked the same streets we do, with the same swagger we do, with the same happiness we do, with the same fear we do, experiencing that same concern we do, and most importantly, having that same fire we have in our hearts. And I look around this room and I see that fire each and every time I turn my head. I see it in Brother Dom, I see it in Brother Chris. Where's Sister Kari? Somewhere. The point is that when I look around this room, that same fire that existed within Martin Luther King Jr. exists within each and every one of us today. Now don't get me wrong, Martin Luther King Jr. was an extraordinary human being who went to college when he was 16, graduated when he was 19, went on to get his master's and his PhD all before he was 27. That man is incredible. But he's still an incredible human being who is tethered just as we are to our humanity. And so the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. is not that of a man, not that of a god among men, but rather a man who achieved godly things. And that capability exists within each and every one of us today. Now I also understand that Martin Luther King exists within the vast continuum of black poetic expression which spans beyond Langston Hughes and Alicia Keys. Tell me you feel me.
Yes.
Which exists beyond Zora Neale Hurston and Jay-Z. Because Martin Luther King sits atop a tier of his own as one of the finest orators in the history of the world, one of the finest thinkers in the history of the world, but most importantly, as one of the finest humanists in the history of the world. And the beauty of Martin was not only in that soothing vibrato and that inherent bass, but in his ability to converge that vibrato and that oratory skill with substantive political policy, which serves to formulate that dream we all come to know and love. Give me some snaps. And I understand I'm speaking to the grandchildren of the hip-hop generation, the hip-hop era, and so I want to put this in ways I think we will best understand. You see, because we love our hip-hop, and we ought to. It was birthed in the crucible that is the American ghetto and has emerged to become the most diffusive art form in the history of the world today. So I asked Brother Chris, who's your favorite MC of all time? Give it to me. Boosie.
Lil Wayne.
All right. That's your brother. That's your brother. Brother Tyson, who's your favorite MC of all time?
Shit, Method Man.
Method Man, okay. Sister Deandre, who's your favorite MC of all time?
Tupac.
Tupac? All right. See, I'm a Jay-Z man. I'll take you back to 2009. The man said, I felt so inspired by what my teacher said. He said I'd either be dead or be a reefer head. Not sure that's the thing adults should say to kids, especially when all I ever did was speak in class. I'll teach his ass. That man Jay-Z was a cold brother, but you don't feel me.
Tell me.
Because I'll take you back to 1988 when Chuck D was a part of Public Enemy and said, I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it. It said they were suckers. Tell me you feel me, man.
Hey.
They wanted me for their army or whatever. Picture me giving a damn. I said, never. Have we ever seen a more direct indictment of the American socio-political environment than that was provided by Chuck D? I think not. But I'll take you back even further than that to 1982. Y'all ain't ready for this. Don't push me, cause I'm
Close to the edge, I'm trying not to lose my head.
My man Grandmaster Flash led us through our formative years of hip-hop and allowed it to emerge like a phoenix as it has done today. He so eloquently voiced the distress and the degradation and the dejection of the lowest, the least, and the left out in America. He expressed to us what it was like to live in impoverished America, and that's beauty. But can I take you back further to 1967? I'm asking you, I need to hear some feedback. Can I take you back to 1967? April 4th, 1967, and the location is Atlanta, Georgia. Between the pews of Ebenezer Baptist Church, there was one MC who was the finest ever. The man said explicitly of those who were firmly against the Vietnam War, "We must rejoice, for surely this is the first time in the history of our country that a significant number of its religious leaders have chosen to move beyond the prophesying of smooth patriotism to the higher grounds of a firm dissent based upon the mandate of consciousness and the reading of history. Perhaps a new spirit has risen among us." There's no bar better than that. I'll put that bar up next to any hip-hop bar ever produced. And so when we celebrate Martin Luther King, we're celebrating the artistry, yes, but we're celebrating the substance which came along with it. And so that is why each and every third Monday of January, we pay our respects to a man who revolutionized the way we think of art, revolutionized the way we believe art may connect with our political and economic visions to create the world we want to live in. And so I ask that this Monday, which is the 20th, we pay our respects to Brother Martin Luther King Jr. Never forget. Thank you.